you guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test. We're shooting this on Thursday, October 16th, and got to start with recognizing. I know Nick and I is one of our favorite rock musicians of all time. The great Ace Frehley, founding member of the band Kiss, passed away just earlier today. So apparently, we don't have all the details yet. Rumor had he might have had a stroke. We at least had a fall, but he had been very ill for a minute here. You know, it might have been on life support, but it seems his family had to make a difficult decision today. But anyway, we're not talking about that. Just the passing of Ace. I mean, Ace Frehley, you know, he was 74 years of age. Paul Ace Frehley was his real name. Ace was his nickname. Founded Kiss with Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Peter Criss back in 1973. Excuse me. Remained with the band through 82. He left for a solo career. And then he wound up coming back when they did a reunion tour in 96 and remained with them until 2002. And he's been out there doing his solo stuff for a number of years since. Put out some, good solo records, got himself cleaned up, and he'd been touring for a long time. In fact, he was touring this year.
Mm-hmm.
And
he just put out a new album in 2024.
Yeah.
And I think he was working on another new one here recently. I mean, I think he was in the studio, as of like last month sometime.
Yeah, I think you're right. It always put on a good show. I saw many of his shows, his solo acts, and then certainly saw him a couple of times when he got back with Kiss, which was still one of the best concert experiences I will ever experience. When they first saw the first reunion show in '96, so he was the cool part of Kiss. To me, the best, the coolest Kiss songs were either he wrote them or he had some type of prominent feature in the song, whether it be a solo or something there. Yeah. And when he left the band, it just, not that they weren't still good, I was still a fan, but they just never had that same edge until maybe you could argue Kiss Revenge. They got back a little bit harder there for a second there, but it just never was cool without Ace Frehley. Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell two enemies. So, Nick, I know you're a huge Kiss fan as well. What are your thoughts on the passing of the great Ace Frehley, sir?
Well, you bring up a good point. You forget how many, even though, maybe he didn't sing all of them, but Ace wrote a ton of Kiss songs. I mean, especially those early ones. I mean, he wrote a bunch of the great songs. And, dude, I don't, where do you start? Ace Frehley was, people who are detractors of Kiss or either like to hate on him or don't like the commercialization of the band or, over the theatrics or whatever. I love Kiss, and this is not to disparage anybody else in the band, but I have no problem saying to anybody that of the four original founding members, Ace Frehley is far and away, hands down, was the best musician of the group. A true, absolute icon and a legend, and inspired so many other great guitarists and people who are legends in their own right, like Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. That Ace was his hero. It was who he idolized as a kid. And yeah, man, Ace was, like you said, just cool. There was something I wanted to bring up, the fact that so Ace, in his guitar solos, there was the smoking of the guitar and all this stuff, and he, wore all this shiny, shimmering stuff. Something about his facial expressions always I was very enamored with. He looked like he literally was on another planet. He was, you know what I mean? There was this just kind of euphoric experience. It was almost romantic, the way he would play his guitar like I don't know. It's just, he was so. I don't know if it was just part of the showmanship, or I'm sure there was a certain, he was just kind of so in a groove state, like a flow state, when he was there. But such an incredible guitarist. That's only one facet of Ace to me, though. The others, like you said, Brian, I got to see Ace solo a couple times, and going to an Ace Frehley show was like going to part rock concert, part stand-up comic show. Like, he was just fucking hilarious. Like, everything he had to say between songs and stuff, he was so fucking charismatic. I made an Instagram post tonight and just said, like, he was pure charisma. It's like that guy was the life of the party, I'm sure. In every, I talk like I knew him, and I didn't, and maybe in some ways I feel like I do, but you know what I mean? He was always just, he had to be, he seems like he was the life of the party in every room he ever entered, always just charismatic and funny and witty and just cracking himself up and laughing. And he had his struggles through the years with drug and alcohol addiction, him and Peter. That's why they were no longer, they were booted out of the band. But man, I loved Ace Frehley. I feel a little bit like it sounds dumb to say, but like kind of almost felt like I lost a family member today. You know what I mean? Kiss is a big part of my life, my childhood. My dad and my mom and dad introducing me to them, and then I get to like kind of carry that on with my kids. And my youngest Oliver is a big Kiss fan, and he was pretty bummed to hear that news today too. But it's just it's a real sad day. This is a big one. This is our first founding member of Kiss that we've lost. And lucky to have had so many years with them. But yeah, it's never easy like that. And so I like to think that wherever he is, I like to think Ace is out in the cosmos, ripping some guitar solos maybe, and goofing off and cracking himself up and just, having a blast playing his guitar. And Space Ace, thanks for the memories.
Well done. A good impression.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, watched a lot of Ace stuff in my days. It's pretty good from the Bronx. Good kid from the Bronx.
Yeah, he always reminded Gene and Paul, like, this is supposed to be fun. Remember, we started this to have fun. Don't take this so damn seriously. We're out here to have fun. Ace always kept them in their place.
Yeah.
Many times, it seemed like.
Make no mistake, if you were to hang out with anybody from Kiss, Ace is the one you want to have a night with.
Yeah.
Like, Ace is going to be the most fun, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of my oldest friends, Jim, that you guys know as well, that's how we became friends, was Ace Frehley. We were talking at work. We had a little telemarketing job in high school age, and we didn't know each other at work. We were sitting on other sides of the little room here, and they had an advertisement for the Frehley's Comet that was coming in 1987 up to Cleveland on tour. And I'm like, oh man, Ace Frehley Comet. He heard me make a comment. And that's what got he and I talking initially. And the first thing we ever did hanging out was go to that Ace Frehley concert, became fast friends after that, and been, like brothers ever since. So I told him today, hey, yes, definitely one thing that Ace did for sure is, we may have not met and become friends without Ace Frehley. So so definitely, Nick. Cheers to
cheers to Ace.
Cheers to Ace. So, Dean, I know you're not as much of a Kiss fan as Nick and I are, certainly, but any thoughts on Ace Frehley?
Not really. Only because I don't know that. I know that I couldn't say it better than what Nick just said. Honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Nick, that was very good. What can you say about it? The talent that you and everybody else hadn't said, and the entertainment that he's given to so many people for so many years. Yeah, it's just rest in peace.
Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more. Oh, wait.